Okay, we are going to do an actual 3-part series. So this first this first video, it's all going to be talking about basically what to expect once you have your quantum energy transformation QET session with me. There's always a lot of questions, and I tend to just give one-on-one coaching, guidance, Q&A. But the numbers are such that, and Spirit Guide has been saying, get the message out, because the truth of the matter is, if you're human with a soul, you can benefit from this. And that's really the only requirements you have to have, right? So there's a lot of people that work very, very hard all the time at removing blockages and maintaining their frequency. And what inevitably ends up happening is that they have people, places, and things in their life that attaches negative cords and attachments. They have negative entities or negative implants from long ago. They have no idea about that. They have these etheric daggers, hooks, bindings. These are all things that distort our energy field. So if you've ever seen an X-ray image where someone forgot that the button on their jeans was going to be in the image, and that light hits it and it fractals the energy all around, right? So when you're trying to take an image, a radiograph image, you want that energy directed to the site, and it gets spread out everywhere, fanned out, so you can't tell what's what. That's exactly what negative distortions do in our energy field. And we are energy beings. We have an energy field that is individual to us and the amount of, or what our frequency is. So let's dive in. This is the first of 3. So if you're just tuning into Healing Disclosures for the first time, I do invite you to go back and watch the rest of my stuff from the beginning. It's been quite a journey on my own ascension and my own transformation. So last year, I was gifted and blessed with the abilities to do quantum energy healing, transformation of an energy body full of negative distortion, implants, entities, cords, attachments, spells, witchcraft, all sorts of things, and clear all of those things out, restore that energy body, that soul, to its original state, and then give them boosted guidance, really, to help realign their energy to maintain alignment to source. And it really happens, it flows, right? So once the distortions are removed, things that were intended to happen always start to fall into place. And so this is more of like removing the blockages off of the highway so that the flow of traffic can get to where it was intended to go originally. So people are always asking, why does this happen? Or how did this happen? Or whatever. And you really have to think about it in an energy context, okay? So there are people around us that are incapable of producing their own energy frequency because they've either bargained away their soul, or they never had one to begin with, or they're an organic portal and they have a micro soul, they can only do so much. And so you'll be around people that are, less than authentic, but they also drain you. When you're done interacting with them, no matter how short or how long, you feel physically drained because they're taking your energy. They're called energy vampires, as a broad term, because they can't produce their own, they take ours. And inevitably, those beings of light that are self-sufficient You know, our source comes from source, and it's infinite. We attract that because they're looking for a source. They're looking for a being that they can siphon off of. Okay. So what you want to do in life in general, in my humble opinion, is to clear out those that are not in your highest and best good, those that are taking from you like that, and preserve your energy field. You want to clear it, but you also want to be able to have the ability to maintain it and know that you've been in contact with someone that may have attached another negative cord and attachment to you, and you want to get that cleared out. So once you're clear, it's just like having a blank canvas. You can detect a spot, a speck of dirt on a blank canvas that you could not otherwise see if it was full of a bunch of clutter. You can't see that speck so easy. So this makes it much, much easier to detect when some fuckery has been going on. Okay, so quantum energy transformation. I will be using the abbreviation QET for that going forward. What does that do? And what does that change? So all the blockages, which are energetic blocks to your energy field and your energy flow, get removed. This means the energetic implants. So sometimes they're implants that are good, they're benevolent, they're from our galactic family, and their communication, or their protection things. Sometimes they have immunity protection in them. And then there's implants that are malevolent. Most of them come from alien abductions or interactions with people that are negative, and they want to level up on their control over you, and they will energetically implant something in your energy field. So chakra blockages can be organic and can also be alien. And there's a limit to all of the blockages that can be removed in the absence of strong energy, because they're placed by off-worlder energy. So there's a lot of people, myself included, who had a ton of alien blockages in my chakras. And it kept off my energy flow. It's why I could never connect. I could never see anything in my mind's eye whenever I did meditation. And I could feel my energy flow to a certain point, and it was like it just hit a solid wall. Well, those were the off-worlder energy level blockages, which once removed, I had been practicing meditation for a while. And so my practice method was good. I just was blocked. And so once the blockages were removed, then that meditation practice paid off, right? Because I've been going through the proper steps, but could not connect because of the blockages. So also etheric spells, hooks, daggers, curses, bindings, ancestral curses, past life curses, any and all cords that are negative, non-serving, not of source, those all get removed. Okay, so you end up within a couple of hours being that blank canvas. Okay, so all the blockages are removed. And that's when I call it fun. But some people, like if you're from the fairy realm or not, if you're just an anxious type person, or you're very, you have trust issues or whatever, that unbridled flow of energy can be a little unsettling because we feel it in our energy bodies, right? We feel the flow, we can feel the increase, we can feel the elevation, we can feel the ascension. And all of a sudden we're like, what's happening inside? So for me, when there's a big boost, a big influx of energy, I have what feels like heart palpitations, but my heart is actually fine. It's just the energy flowing through. But I call it really getting donkey kicked into Ascension Highway, because all the things that I remove, that gets removed from your energy field, are things that prevent us from really ascending in that frequency in Christ consciousness and being able to process things faster and work through the shadows more efficiently and with wisdom from our guides, angels, archangels, and ascended masters. So that's how we get through this as a team. And you don't get through that as supported with all the blockages. Can you do shadow work without this? Yes, you can. Is it as effective? No, it is not. That is my opinion. I have seen it for a year now. You know, I personally was trying to do shadow work with many, many, many blockages. It's very frustrating. You feel like a failure. You feel like you're not doing something right. You feel like you're cursed. Like these are all the things that really keep you on that negative, low vibrational loop that the ones that are responsible for the negative cords and attachments and the etheric hooks and daggers and spells and bites, that's how they want us to stay. So if you just keep on doing what you're doing and staying frustrated, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting, and that is the definition of insanity. So I say, please try something different. I mean, seriously, it's energy. It is absolutely source driven, source guided. Whenever I do my clearings, I work directly with archangels, specifically your archangel, and also Archangel Michael, no matter what, because he supervises all the archangels, and Mother Sophia and Kuan Yin. So really good hands, really good hands. So once all the blockages are removed, your energy can flow from root to crown, from the center of Mother Gaia to the center of Source. That is that energetic pillar that I use. Always ground it to Mother Gaia and always connect it directly to Source. That's it. Okay. That is a very specific intention that is set multiple times a day. And all of my protection and all of my boundaries and all of my shielding reinforces that. Okay. So we don't go into this haphazardly. Like we don't just open up all of our energy field and open up all of our chakras and be like, okay, let's have a big spirit party. That is not what we do. We actually teach the shielding and the protection and the what to watch for, because the higher your frequency gets, the more attractive you become to those who cannot produce their own energy and want to be another energy vampire or continue to be an energy vampire around you. So we make sure that you can pick up on the clues, because you'll notice it. Again, once you're clear, you can tell that there's something is off. You get to feel for the first time your unmetered energy, and that allows you to notice whenever something is encroaching where it shouldn't be. And that's another good thing about having the closed crew on Telegram, is whenever some things happen, you can make a message in there real quick. And the ones that are your fellow crew members, soul family, they're more than happy to double check and make sure that everything is good in your energy field and help support clearing that if you need it any time of the day or night. Okay, so a big question, mostly from misinformation, comes from removing chakra blockages. So I'm just going to define what a chakra is for those. It's energy center, spiritual center of power in the human body. There are 12 main chakras. You mostly only see 7, but I work with 12. There's more, but the 12 main ones is what I work with. So the chakras are vital power source because it helps your soul evolution and it helps clear out. You want it to be clear. It's like a filter. It cannot filter the gunk. effectively if it's clogged and blocked. So you want to make sure that your chakras stay clear and functioning, that there's no leak and no cords or attachments where other entities are siphoning off your divine power. Okay, so that column that is created from your chakra systems, that is your column of light, and that is your column of power. And that is where you'll feel that energy just flowing through you. Okay. And that is what I connect down to the heart of Mother Gaia and the heart of Source. Okay. So it goes straight through from her, through me to Source. So there's each chakra is tasked with specific properties and characteristics. Someone has had a certain type of trauma or a certain type of emotional pain or turmoil. There's specific chakras that tend to be culpable in holding on to that trauma and kind of walling off that chakra from that energy, that negative energy. So when we have heartache or disappointment, or we are loving something or someone that doesn't love us back, there's core wounds that are created, but there's also negative cords and attachments to that event that need to be healed and sealed. And then that area that the cord was attached to tends to be a chakra, and that needs to be healed and cleared. And so seeing every step of the way, it really connects one to the other, all in the goal to give that person, that energy body, that soul, clear communication and clear flow of their own energy so they get to benefit from the rise in frequency, which is your ascension, which allows you to evolve as a soul and allows you to efficiently work through your shadow work. So everything kind of builds upon itself, right? Can you do all of this on your own? Yes. I am not telling you that you cannot. I am saying that when I went through my own QET last year and I started learning all of this on firsthand, and I said, so many of us deal with these issues. So many of us deal with these issues. I want to help the collective. If they could just be clear in their energy field and know that they have the power to help themselves, the whole world would be a different place. And that's really, really, really like the root of it. The root of the mission is just to give people, good people that never ask for anything to be done to them, for sure, the leg up where they've been handicapped up till now. So there are certain things that this cultural environment of Earth have intentionally created with the specific byproduct of clogging the chakras. So a lot of the water that we have access to has things in it specific to clog our third eye. There's a lot of food and water and just environmental things that specifically deliver parasites into our third eye. Because with the third eye, we really see. That is that eye to see beyond the veil, to see the miracle, to see the magic, to see the blessings, to see those beings walking around us without a soul, to see the light from the dark. So of course they wanted to keep that third eye from functioning. That definitely gets taken care of. But people say, oh, that's part of living on earth. Every single person, every single soul that I have personally done a QET session on had parasites in their third eye. because we live on Earth. You didn't do anything wrong. You really couldn't have prevented it if you wanted to, but it gets clear. That's the takeaway, right? You come to the table with a bunch of crap, you leave and it's all gone. So again, ultimately, you want to clear out that column, that energy column, the Sushumna. And so this gives you your ability to escape the low vibrations that you've been just on that hamster wheel, right? So you can actually get to the high vibrational places. You're no longer feeling frustrated because you can't connect to meditation. You no longer feel frustrated because you've been asking for your spirit guides and you can't see them and you can't connect to them. All of that gets opened up, and all of that is by way of the energy that is now unencumbered in your chakra system, in your energy body. You don't have all the distortions, all the negative distortions pulling that energy to them because they're selfish. They don't want you to find truth. They don't want you to know your power. They don't want you to be sovereign. They want to keep pulling and taking because they want theirs more than they want you to have yours. So yes, the alien abduction part, let me just explain that. So lots and lots of people throughout time have had firsthand experiences, some video, some photos, military for sure has evidence of it. But I will just tell you that the Zeta Reticuli, also known as the little grays, as a race, as a space race, the majority of them function in a contracted state to other species to like their sole mission in life is to harvest DNA. Not only from us, but a lot from us, right? And so specifically starseeds and lightworkers, but it could literally be anyone. They usually start around 8 to 10 with the alien abductions and the DNA theft. And commonly, it happened to me as well. It'll stop somewhere around your mid-teens, maybe early teens. And these abductions, you get the mind wipe. And so a lot of people will say, like, I don't really remember a lot of my childhood. And there's a lot besides just that event that actually gets wiped with a mind wipe. And that's the common factor is alien abductions. Now, I will also say, not all alien abductions are negative. Some are, especially for starseeds, some are that soul that human body has, the soul in there is a galactic soul. They have a galactic family. They are part of a bigger system than Earth. And so then they volunteered to come here to help us. And so their family takes them intermittently for healing, upgrades, and just to reconnect. But that human body, that human consciousness is not allowed to know that because that's freaky for our human mind, right? But when you really understand lineages and what's happening, to me anyway, it was more comforting than fearful, because I have actually had a lot of my galactic family watch over me my entire life, and some of the things that I had recall of in bits and pieces were not bits and pieces of some negative event, but they were bits and pieces of positive, loving events. So nonetheless, when there are negative alien implants, that usually occurs during these abductions, and that is with alien technology, off-world technology, and it is a completely different level of energy. And so it takes a very, very high frequency to clear those out. I'm not the only one on planet Earth that can do that, but there's not a whole lot of us. I'll just say that. So this is why you can have a being can have like a traditional like Reiki session, and some things are detected and removed, and then I encounter that same being, and I see and detect and remove a lot more. It's just a matter of that level of frequency that I have versus that Reiki master individual, and that ability to clear out on a different level of energy. So once all the blockages are removed, once all the stop signs are taken out, like when you're driving on the Autobahn, right? You're just as fast as you want to go, really. And that is what happens with our energy. That's why when we say that our frequency is infinite, it is. It will continue to increase and increase and increase as high as we want to pursue it. So there's very few of us that get through our clearing and start to really feel the benefits of that, and are like, oh yeah, no, that I'm good. Like, I don't want any more. Most of us are like, give me more, because it feels so great. Like, you have this positive energy exchange, and then you have your abilities are coming online, and the things that you could never make sense of before, you're making sense of them, and you have your power back, and you feel like you're more in control than you've ever been. And there's really not a downside to that, right? And so when as we all learned about ascension, ascension is not a place as it is a frequency. So when your frequency rises, that is the act of ascension, and there's all these byproducts of things that occur with your high frequency. So what happens is you get to where you really start to change in your character, because you're ascending. So when you go from 3D to 4D and then over to 5D, what that transition is, you go from this us or them mentality, and this very judgmental, lack of compassion, lack of empathy, and service to self. You'd migrate from that, even if you're not consciously trying, just because that rise in frequency, you connect on a different level. You connect to your spirit guides, you connect to source creator, you're getting downloads, you're getting upgraded in your DNA. So then all of a sudden you feel, like the triggers are coming less and less, and you no longer have judgment, and you're full of compassion and empathy for others, and you want to help others, and you think about yourself less. And that is a natural progression of ascension. And that occurs with higher frequency. So your frequency increasing is the actual act of the rise, which is ascension. Ascension is a frequency. It's not a place on the map. Yeah, I think that's enough for this one. So whenever you decide that you want to clear your energy field, or that you have questions about that, there's going to be a link in the description box of this video. Please come to that room on Telegram. If you don't have Telegram, download the app. It's military, it's private, it's secure. And come there and you can ask all of your questions. You can talk to people that have had the session done. You can talk to me. You can ask anything that you need or want to get to the point where you can make your decision based on testimony and information straight from me. And the goal again is to clear your energy field so that you have the opportunity to ask your questions of your higher self and of source creator, and confirm things in your own life. And even, like I've said before, even if that's all you do, that is a huge step up from where we have been, where we have found ourselves feeling like we're just victims of the information getting thrown to us, instead of really embodying the truth. So check out the links in the description box, and I look forward to seeing you in Heathen Disclosures or the Quantum Energy Transformation Room in Telegram. You guys have a great day.
We can be broken down. Under a microscope, we can be reduced to a set of systems built on tiny cells. We can be broken down. Exercise tears muscles, tests every breath. Opposition challenges our strength, our belief, our desire. And we push back. We use that resistance to build strength. We use it to build stamina. We use it to understand ourselves. We use it to make setbacks our launch pads and obstacles our stepping stones. Ours is a story of recovery, of being broken down to rise up stronger, of turning stress to strength. This is more than a story of fitness. This is the story of life itself. We embrace the breakdown to enhance the buildup. We do it on hillsides, in the pool, and down city streets. We do it through fortitude, through ingenuity, and undeniably through our biology. Our cells are performance structures. While we're talking about our day, our cells are talking to each other, building, renewing, regenerating. At ASEA, this is what we know. This is what we do. So you can maintain the miracle of your body and know what you're made of. We all get broken down, and each of us faces the choice to surrender or rise up stronger.